Hi there, welcome back to JD Answers. Today I have the ARPHA D24 dashcam installation. I'm going to show you step by step on how to install this dashcam into your vehicle. Alright, so the first step is figure out where do you want it. And according to the driver, they want it pretty much centered, and that way they could see the screen just a little bit. Alright, underneath the rear view mirror, there's a black tint that goes right in there. And what we're going to do is we're going to put it right in this area. This is where he wants it. That way he's able to see the screen right on this side here. So that's exactly, we're going to put it right there at the mount. The dashcam comes with this static shield here. And what this is you put this on the, let me see, if you take this part out, and it's adhesive, and it's like a cell phone protective screen, and you put that on your windshield, and you see right here there's a little square. That's where you mount the dashcam. Now if you want to do that, you can do that. The driver doesn't want this, which I'm glad, because I really don't use these at all, so we're not going to install this. But if you want to, just apply it to the window shield where you're going to get it installed. Alright, before you mount this dashcam, make sure you take the protective covering off here, and you want to just take this one off too. That way when you review your footage, when you're installing this, you can see it there. Now, I already installed the mount to the dashcam. To install the mount, all you had to do is just put this portion on, slide it in there. This top piece comes off as well. All you got to do is just slide it in there, and it locks in place. All right, so we're ready to install this. I'm going to take off the adhesive there, the cover for that, and we're going to start mounting this where we need to. All right, so I got the dashcam. Make sure it's pointing out. I'm going to use this black part right here as my guide to make sure it's straight. And I'm going to bend it a little bit like this to get it in there. And I think we're good. Just going to press firmly. There it goes. So you could see I kind of moved the mirror to the side and I'm tilted this here. What I'm going to do is go ahead and install the power cable. And it's a Type-C USB. All right, that one's there. And here, now I'm going to install the reverse cable, the rear camera cable. All right, got the rear cable. All right, it's in there. And now what I got to do is just route my wires up. All right, to route the cables up, what I'm going to use is I'm going to use this piece here. And this is, I could tuck the wires underneath this cover, whatever this is for. And that way you won't see any of the wires. So I'm going to go on top of the rear view mirror mount with both cables. And I'm just going to follow this here. And with your hand, pops up a little bit there. So I'm going to push it out and put the wire inside. There it goes. And if you could get that thick wire in there, then the other one will be smoother. All right, so I got that one in there. I'm going to start the power cable now. It's a thinner wire. Actually, the rear camera is the thinner wire. Let's start from the top. Yep, there's room in there. I'm going to push this down more to put the wire inside there. All right, so what I did is just pushed it and it kind of came out a little bit, so that's even better. So now I can just push the wires inside there. And you see right here, this is where the wires come out. So I could just pop those in there. And now just snap this back in there, because everything in a car is snap on and snap off, like the commercial. All right, now that we're here, between the window shield and the headliner, there's a 1/4 inch to an 1/8 inch space that you could put your fingers in, push it down and put the wires in. This vehicle is a little tight on this Nissan Rogue, so we're going to move this way, further down, and I'm able to grip this down and I could put the wires in. So I'm going to move the wires over here, and then from here I could push my fingers down in there, and then I could route them all the way back to the rear view mirror area. Now from here, you really can't see the wires at all, so we're good here. All right. So now we can work our way that way. All right, from this point, this is the A pillar, and what we're going to do is work our wires between the headliner and the A pillar. In order to do that, we're going to use this end to pinch our wires to hold them. And the way you do that is you take off this weather strip, and all you do is you pull down anywhere here. Don't use the corners, just anywhere here. Just pull down, grip it, and pull down, and it'll come out. There you go. You see that? And that's what we want. So now we're going to get our wires, and we're going to start with the thicker cable, which is the power cable, and we're going to push this part down. Now we're going to push the power cable, and we're going to push that inside where it's pinched in. And then we're going to use our other finger and just move this part down with one hand. You see how that came out? And we're going to push this in. Some cars don't come out, but if your car does, it's great, it's good. You can just push the wires in there, and it's easier to do it that way and just push it in. If not, you can just run your fingers through here, and it'll get all the wires inside. All right, from here I'm going to make sure that they're inside the headliner on the top first before I push this back in. And I got them in there. All right, now I'm just going to push this back in. All right, that part's done. Now with the thick cable, which is the power cable, this one's going to go inside to the inside the car here on this one. This one's going to go underneath the dashboard. So let me get this here. You can see how this is the power cable, and I'm going to route it right. It's going to go down, and we're going to go this way with it, but we're going to put down a little bit. What we're going to do is use this wire, and we're going to go up a little bit here. This one goes to the rear camera. So with our wire here, we're going to go all the way down to the kick plate. What I'm going to do next is we're going to take off the weather strip all the way down until we get to the kick plate. This is the kick plate right here, and we're going to move this weather strip down. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this kick plate to pinch in the wire. And I'm just going to get the wire here. I'm going to push it inside there. All right, you see it there, it's pinched in, and I'm just going to get the wire and move it all the way up. This is the way the wire looks when you push it in between the A pillar and the frame, and you're just simply just going to push that in there, slide it in. All right, now we're ready just to put the weather strip back on there. All right, now I'm ready to put the weather strip back in, and you're just going to slide it back inside there. And you can see how that opening, it goes right in the frame. And we're going to stop right here and just push it in, make sure it's all nice and in there. All right, this is the way the wire looks once inside the frame, from the headliner to the door, the driver's side door, how it lays just inside there. All right, just want to get you a closer look how that looks. And then the weather strip just goes right on top of there. Okay, from this point where we pinched in the wire for the power cable to the kick plate, we're going to simply push the wire behind the kick plate. So from here, we're going to route the wire behind the carpet, not the mat, the actual carpet of the vehicle. So I'm going to do that with one hand. Push the carpet up and just tuck in the wire behind there. There you go. All right, it's all in there now. Now the next step is to plug in or the power cable into the power socket. For this vehicle, the power socket is at a good placement. It's right underneath the radio and the center console. So what I'm going to do is just plug this in, and this way we know exactly how much slack we're going to have to put behind that area here, which is the kick plate going towards the center console. Now this is a Nissan, which means that this kick plate here towards the center console can come off. So you just pinch that back out and it comes off. If your vehicle does not do that, you could just push the wires on top. But since this comes out, we could push it all behind there, all the way to the end here. All right, so I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push the wire, and this slot right here you can see how it has that separation. I'm gonna use that separation to put the wire in there, and if there's any slack, which is a little bit here, I'm gonna push it right behind there, and I'm gonna push the kick plate back in position. To continue from the A pillar to the B pillar, again, we have to pinch in our wire to hold the wire for us so it doesn't come out. So I'm going to use the B pillar. I'm going to push this down and just kind of route it behind there. And that way it's holding the wire. So all I got to do now is kind of like what we did in the door. So all we got to do is put the wire between the frame and the headliner, and we could put the weather strip back. So let me do that. And we're done. All right, from this point, from the B pillar to work our way to the C pillar, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the weather strip down, just grab a hold of it and push down, just enough to get to the C pillar. And I'm gonna push that inside there a little bit. Kind of like we did in the front. We're gonna pitch it in on the C pillar. And we just push that in and route the wire a little bit inside there. Now all I gotta do is just push the wire inside there. To see how that, on the headliner and the frame, it goes in easy. It's inside. Get the weather strip, and we're simply just going to push that back inside there. All right, now we can work our way towards the back. Test 1, 2. All right, for the next process, what we need to do is we're going to have to take this part off here. That way we could get the wire coming in from inside to route it inside here. And that way the camera is mounted right here. But in order to do that, we couldn't get the wire from inside here to route inside the outside from this wire harness here. There's no way. There's all metal going inside here. So we couldn't do that. So what we're going to do is route it out, come inside here, and route it out this way into here, and go to the camera. So the first thing we're going to do is mount the camera and then take this piece off. All right, so I took the main wire off, and I'm going to take the protective covering off too as well. All right, now I'm going to take the protective covering off of the adhesive, and I'm going to have the lens facing out. So I'm going to pretty much in the center of it, I'm going to go a little down. I'm going to use this line as a guide to put this on there. And I'm simply just going to push it in there. All right, now we could go ahead and route the wire inside here to get to here. We got to take this off. So let me do that. If you're not sure how to take this off, go ahead and go to YouTube and put in your vehicle information and put to take off how to take the rear paneling off of your vehicle. I already loosened all this. Sorry, that's going to come off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as a little guide. All right. And I'm going to get the wire from the inside to put it together. And to continue the wire, all you're going to do is push it inside this paneling here. Just push it down and it'll go inside there. I'm going to go all the way to the end. All right, I'm going to continue running the wire, and then once I get it in there, I'm going to route it up. I'm going to continue taking this weather strip off because I need it just to get into this part here, and I'll show you that in just a minute. All right, so we have a lot of slack right now. So what we're going to do is we're just going to route this wire in here, and we're going to put it inside this, this harness. I'm just going to pop this out and pop this side off. Now it's very hard to do this, but I found a trick to do this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a hanger, a wired hanger, or any metal that's flat that you could push inside there. And I'm going to black tape it to the hanger. Let me show you how to do that. Okay, I got the wire and I got the hanger. And I'm going to push this one a little bit more back from there. And I'm just gonna start taping that.
You taped it up and got it primed.
All right, so I got the hanger ready. I'm gonna pinch this up a little bit and just go straight inside. And we're just gonna push it through. It looks like it's going smooth. I don't think the wire is going. I think there's the hanger. Let's see. We got it here, and I push it more in. Oh, the hanger already bent. Okay, so now we got it right there. I'm gonna push that up. All right, all we gotta do now is just take off the tape. All right, so what we're gonna do now is, let's see, this wire could probably go here. So let's try to route that inside. And if you follow this wire here, it should go in there. Well, that's the windshield wiper fluid. Nope. Oh, okay, I got it. All right. Woohoo! There it is. To install this, this one has like an indentation, and so does this. But if you're not sure, just twist them until they go in. See, like that? Just twist and they'll go right inside there. All right. So now we're going to put some of the slack behind there. There it goes. Push it back. And now what we're going to do is push this back. Fix that in there. This one too. Okay, this is where it becomes tricky now. Is we're going to pull the slack inside the vehicle. And we're going to close this. Now remember, we could not get the wire from inside the vehicle to here. There's a metal plate that goes all around. The only way to do that is to drill, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to route it from the outside here. That's per the owner's request. All right, now you can see how it's coming out here on this side, but that's fine. We're just going to give it a little bit of slack. We're going to push the weather strip back inside. And there it is. That's the only wire you're going to see. Now we could put the slack in the inside. So let's work back in the inside. So before we go into the inside, what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this back in. I'm going to put it in place, and that way we could continue on the inside. All right, one of the last things we have to do is get all this slack. This is a mid-size SUV, so that's why we still get a lot of slack, even if you put it in your vehicle. And if you're in your vehicle, you will put it underneath the back passenger side door. But here on this SUV, we could put it right behind here. And what we're going to do again is pull out this weather strip. And these pieces, they come on snap. There it goes. So now we're just going to push all that wire inside. Got the wires inside. Push that back, then put the weather strip back inside. All right, all done. Now what we got to do is power it on and make sure the camera, the rear camera, is facing correctly, meaning it's right side up, not upside down. So let's go do that. Okay, now that we got everything installed, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the dash cam. And I got my mic next to it.
Rear camera is connected. Recording started.
All right, we know it works because you can see the picture and picture. And I put my microphone there so you could actually hear the alerts that come on when you start your dash cam. And it's letting you know everything is working. But I want you to notice the picture in picture. This is the rear camera and the picture is upside down. But let me get you a closer look of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch the screen because this is a touch screen and a sub menu comes out. And you see the ones with the arrows going in the circle? This one toggles your view of the dash cams. And now we're in the rear camera. And you see that car in the bottom. So that means it's upside down. All right, in order to fix this, we got to touch the screen. And this time we're going to the settings. And then from there, we're going to move up. Oh, I passed it. And you see that flip. That's what we want. We're going to touch the flip. And we're going to touch it one more time to get into it. And we're going to put on. And this one should flip the image right side up. We're going to arrow back, and wait for the menu to go away. And there it is. You can see now the camera, the rear camera is right side up, and you can see the car there. So that's how you fix it. So no matter if you install it upside down or whatever it is, you could always fix it. Now make sure you hit that subscribe button and select all notifications for all upcoming videos, because I got more videos of this dash cam coming out. I have the installation of the dash cam, I have the review of the dash cam, I have the unboxing of this dash cam, and I'll put a link in the description down below for that. Now if you're interested in this product, I'll put links in the description down below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.